and welcome to another video. So I'm here today with a December flip through of my planner. This is the last one in this particular planner, which is super wild to think about, but I have moved into my new planner for 2021, and this is the last flip through we will see of this planner, which for the record is not really a planner. I took 6 months out of the bookish 18-month planner, put them in here, added a Happy Notes cover, some classic discs, this DIY cover, and then as I've been using it as a weekly, I added some printables to kind of build this Frankenstein-like planner to get me through the last few months of 2020. And so here we are with December. So to start off, the first page that happens in December in my planner is this December dashboard kind of page. And as you can see, it filled out fairly nicely. So here I've got all the books that I read in December, including Rhythm of War, Girl, Serpent, Thorn, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which was super good. And then a nonfiction book, which is unusual for me, called Hope and Help for Your Nerves. It was on anxiety and it was okay. It's like, my research showed it was fairly classic, which also means that it was written in the 1960s. And so some portions of it were a little out of date, but it was alright. The first half I found particularly helpful. Here I've got random notes, a video that I wanted to remember I had filmed but wasn't ready to put in my filming tracker here. The TBR of books that I want to read in winter. And these are also in my winter TBR video, which went up, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think. And then my video workflow chart. Most of these videos got up in time. The November Furley unboxing went up late. It just went up. And then the connoisseurs should go up. Hopefully, it should be up by the time this video is out, but we shall see. And then from there, we move into my weekly spreads. So here I did a lot of prompts from the Plannable December 2020 challenge. This week, the prompt was sweater weather, and I was inspired by this scrapbook paper. And I decided to make this a very neutral theme, just black and white, which I don't know if I've ever done that with any spread ever since I have been planning. I really love to bring in at least a couple of colors. So this was a new tactic. I really liked it. It was the first week I used this stencil, which I really enjoy. Here I have them. This one has just lines, and then this one has the lines with the checklists, and it is from a shop called Courtly Cuts. I'll try to link them in the description if I remember, but these are some nice stencils. They came really quickly and they were super affordable. This next spread had the prompt Cookies and Cocoa, and so for this one I used the Merry and Brights sticker book to pull in a lot of the mugs of hot cocoa, and then I treated these like sprinkles as the cookies element, including these snowmen who kind of look like they could have been frosted onto cookies. And so that was my interpretation of this prompt. This spread was kind of all over the place, to be completely honest. I experimented with these hexagons, which I don't really like a lot. This size is okay, it's just barely functional. These I didn't use at all. I hate them. They're no good. They're too small. I don't know what to do with them. If you have successfully used these for something useful, I would love to know how you use them, because I'm not really sure, and I think I still have a few of them. And my Merry and Brights sticker book, I have retired for the year. I don't think I'm going to do more in it until next winter, but yeah, I think I have some more of these. So the next time I use it, hopefully I will have a few more ideas for what to do with them. Otherwise, this was a fun time. This spread definitely got used, and all around, I feel like even if there's a spread that's kind of cluttered and a little hectic when I'm putting it together in a plan with me, when I start to fill things in, I typically tend to love my spreads once they start to be filled out. Like, I just love the look of a well-used planner spread. This next week was the last week of classes for the year, which was super wild. And this had the prompt naughty or nice, and so I wanted to create this like conflict in colors, like two strong opposing colors, and because it was Christmas themed, I have red over here and green over here. The red background stood for naughty and the green background for nice. And I kind of like how this came out. This week I did something I don't usually do, and it's inspired a bit by Planning with Bumble. She does a very similar kind of planning style in her Big Happy Planner, I believe. And that is to have the checklists not necessarily align with what's happening on that day. So for example, over here, the things that I have to do for Monday, they all got checked off, but they didn't all happen on Monday. I just kept this checklist here. These were things that I thought of doing on Monday. I got to one or two of them, and then later in the week, I finished these tasks and then just checked them off rather than migrating them. I found that was very helpful. Like, it kept me from being overwhelmed when I had the same thing that I have to migrate every single day because I don't want to forget about it, but I also haven't done it yet. And not having to write and rewrite the to-do didn't make it feel like I was failing every single day to do that particular to-do. But I also frequently glance at my entire week's spread, so I didn't forget about these tasks either, because it's not like when I'm looking at Thursday, I don't look anywhere else in my planner. So I found that really helpful, and it let me put in lots of different things that I wanted to do and smaller things without worrying about running out of room because of all my migrated tasks, and I just really enjoyed it. And it's not important to me to know like exactly when I did my Christmas gifts budget. Like, if it is, that works itself into my memory planner when I journal a bit for the day, or I will add events onto the day as they happen if I want to remember them and like fill in space with memory keeping. But if it's not important, then like it doesn't matter. And so I kept it just kind of filling in the to-do lists as I had to-dos without paying attention to what date they fell on. And I thought that was nice. Like, I liked it. I'm still doing that method and it's working out well so far. What I do keep day specific are things like appointments and YouTube videos and things like that. Like, here I had a meeting. That meeting happened on Thursday. I would not put that on Friday. I would make space for it on Thursday because otherwise I'll forget when that meeting is actually supposed to happen. But for the to-dos, those aren't as big a deal. And then this is the last spread that I counted as being part of December, the week of the 21st. That's just because for my catch-all weekly planner, my new planner started on the 28th. So this is the last week that I planned in here. This prompt was merry and bright, and I combined stickers that were Christmas themed with stickers that were Mickey Mouse themed, and I really liked how this spread came out. I thought it was very cute. There's a lot more white space on here than some of my more recent spreads, so it was a breath of fresh air to really work with this spread. And honestly, there wasn't a ton of planning. This is a lot of memory keeping. It was the Christmas holidays, and so I didn't have like to-dos that had to happen on certain days. I just filled in things as they happened. This is the divider in the Bookish Planner for December 2020, and it says, "The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do," by someone named Bill Phillips. Here we've got my December monthly spread. It doesn't look too different really from how it did when I planned it out. That's because my monthly spreads I reference when I plan my weeklies, but otherwise don't tend to add a ton to. I don't make a lot of like last minute plans. So this is usually pretty set in stone once I map it out. And then we get into my journaling pages, which I'll be like half covering and flipping through a little faster, but just so you can see how things look all filled out. And some of the placements of some of the stickers. This week I did a lot of Santa Claus. This week, there was no theme for this particular week. This is what I counted as the last week. However, the 18-month planner did put the 28th as part of December. So this is the last week that is included in this planner. It's not part of my other planner. And yeah, so that's it. And then here we are. This page I actually photocopied so that I could have a copy of it in my new planner as well. So I used this as a notes page when planning out my TBR for a readathon that happened at the end of December. Here I've got a Fairy Loot TBR just to keep track of my Fairy Loot books. And then at the end here, you've got random budget notes. I printed off this value pack stickers checklist thing. This is from the Happy Planner website, and I just wanted to keep track of like the sticker books I already have, maybe sticker books I wasn't interested in so that they wouldn't clutter things up and things like that. Like a lot of the mom sticker books, the faith sticker books, the sports, the kids sticker books, none of those I was interested in, so I just scratched them out. We have some of the special collections pages that I put together in a video for things I want to do around the apartment, my TBR lists that are categorized, and then this page that I don't use anymore. I made it in July. I don't use this system. And then in the very back, I have a few more blank weeks. I have a few more blank weeks that I'm saving so that if I ever want to do a special like scrapbook spread in my new planner, I will have these ready. So these will probably get migrated. And that's the end of this planner. It is so wild. I can't believe I actually filled it up. Like it's like it takes up space on the discs, you know, like these discs aren't too big, which I was not expecting. I was like, I'm going to use this planner, it's going to be fairly thin, you know, it's going to take me through the last 4 months of the year and then we'll be done. But no, things that are just kind of bonuses that I didn't flip through because they were part of when I was using this as primarily a reading planner are things from the first few months. So at the end of this video, I'll flip through them kind of quickly just to update you all on how those are going. I was using these pages for upcoming releases for books. I don't really use them at all anymore. I don't reference them, so I'm not using these pages. They will stay here. In July, I had my TBR. This bingo board, I did some things. I got a bingo this way and this way, I think. Some brainstorming, the books that I read this particular month, July, how this page looks when I use it to track reading. And I think July is the last month I really did this to like well. I think in August I fell off of that. This is still primarily using this as a reading planner. And this will get updated when I get in a slightly different planner, but my bookish planner was originally going to continue to be my primary reading planner in 2021, but I think I'm going to change some things around, so I'll update you all more on that when I figure out what I'm doing. But yeah, so this is what things look like when it's just a reading planner for me. And then I missed several weeks because I started work. And then we move into when I started to use this as a planner for the first time. And these first couple of months, I didn't film separate flip through videos in. So, you know, I'm just gonna skim past them. Most of these are on Instagram and they have their own plan with me videos. This was when I was trying to plan in a horizontal. I probably could have made it work, but I didn't want to. And then I think this is when we get to the first time I did flip through videos. So we should be all caught up now. So that's this planner. I'm going to set it on my shelf next to my plum paper planner for the first half of the year. And yeah, this bit wraps up my planning for 2020. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.